Sup folks, today we are talking about Sony and their plans for Spider-Man characters, especially with Venom, Madam Web, Kraven, and the Sinister Six. Sony has their own Spider-Man universe, but here's the issue. They might be planning something very risky, and if these rumors are true, it might not end well. Let's break it down together. So let's start with Venom. Sony has said Venom 3 called The Last Dance will be the last Venom movie, but it's Sony, so who really knows, right? Like, they could just change their mind. Sony owns some of the Spider-Man characters like Venom and Kraven, but they don't actually own Spider-Man. That's why they've been trying to make movies about Spider-Man side characters, but without Spider-Man actually showing up. Fans are hearing rumors that Sony is trying to do something big with these characters, maybe even make a Sinister Six team movie. The Sinister Six is a group of villains from Spider-Man comics, usually made up of characters like Dr. Octopus, the Green Goblin, and the Vulture. In the comics, they usually come together to fight Spider-Man, but Sony's version might not even have a Spider-Man in it. And to make things even crazier, Sony might try to make these characters heroes who come together to fight supervillains named Knull, who is a huge threat in Marvel Comics. So as you guys know, Knull is an ancient, super powerful villain who created symbiotes like Venom. In the comics, Knull comes to the Earth and it takes many of the strongest Marvel heroes to even stand a chance against him. We're talking about Avengers, X-Men, and Fantastic Four all coming together to stop him. So if Sony wants to use Knull in a movie, they are going some powerful characters to make it work, right? But Sony is planning to have their Sinister Six character fought Knull instead. And here's the problem. Sony characters like Vulture, Kraven, and Madam Web aren't powerful enough to stand a chance against Knull. He's too strong for them, which is why fans are really confused about how this would work. The real issue here is that Sony keep trying to make these big movies with the Spider-Man side characters, but they don't actually have Spider-Man in them. Fans love Spider-Man, but as much about his side characters without him. Venom was fun for a lot of people, and Venom 2 was entertaining in a silly way, but this movie don't compare to Marvel's main universe films. They are enjoyable if you are just looking for fun, time, and not expecting much. But overall, they don't have the same quality as Marvel's other superheroes movies. Sony has been trying to get the Sinister Six movie made up for years now, but it keeps getting delayed. Now it sounds like they are trying to do it again, but they are planning to make the Sinister Six fight now, which a lot of fans think is a terrible idea. In fact, some fans hope that if this movie doesn't work, Sony might finally give up and let Marvel handle all the Spider-Man characters again. Some fans hope Sony would let Marvel's team use Venom and Knull in the next Spider-Man movie, which would make way more sense. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we already know that Venom exists, and fans were excited to see if he'd team up with Spider-Man in future movie. But if Sony keeps Venom in their own universe, then it's less likely he'll get to join the Marvel's main universe anytime soon. Tom Holland, who plays Spider-Man in Marvel's universe, did say they are working on Spider-Man 4 and he wants to make sure that it's done right. Some fans hoped Venom would be in Spider-Man 4 and maybe even fight alongside Spider-Man, but if Sony is planning to use Venom in their own universe and not share him with Marvel, then that could change everything. The rumor says that Sony isn't planning on stopping anytime soon. They are planning multiple movies with Knull as the Sinister Six, trying to create a huge story where their Spider-Man side characters fight against Knull. The director of Venom 3 has even said Knull will have a bigger role in future movies. If Sony really tries to make this Knull versus Sinister Six story without Spider-Man, it could be hard to pull off. Fans worry that this story might be too big and might end up being confusing. There's a lot of excitement about seeing a Spider-Man with Venom and even Knull, but that might not happen if Sony goes through this way. A lot of fans think this whole plan could be disaster. Spider-Man is center of all these characters' stories in comics, and trying to tell their stories without him is tough. Many fans feel that Venom, Kraven, and the others just don't make sense without Spider-Man. If Sony pushes forward without Spider-Man, some fans think it will fail, and Sony might finally try to stop build a Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man. Fans are worried about seeing another Morbius situation, where the movie just made up to keep the character in the universe, but it doesn't really add much to the story. We've seen Sony tried with Morbius and that didn't go well. Kraven looks like it could be better, but many fans are wondering if it's enough to save Sony's universe. That was a tour video. I don't know really why Sony doing all this. Today they have a chance to just collab with Marvel and let Marvel use all the characters, even though they know that they can't do a normal movie with side characters, which is about Spider-Man without Spider-Man. They just keep pushing it I don't know what's the thing, what's their plan, and what they want to achieve with it. Like, what's the main goal for them? But this is just doesn't make sense. I hope, I mean, as I said, it's Sony, so they can change. I hope it change, but we should see. That's all. Like, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. And if you have any information that I didn't mention in this video that basically can kind of gives us more clue about what's happening, I'll be happy to hear from you. See you next time.
What is that?
1300 AD, they called this man the hero from the sky. He was prophesied to have destroyed the evil